What's going on, YouTube? Rylan in the Garage Gym here, and today we're talking about LEDs. Specifically, what are the differences between all the different GOVEE Amazon brand LEDs? I researched these and it was the craziest, most confusing thing to research ever. So I'm gonna break it down for you and try to help you out so you can make some decisions on it. All the YouTube reviews were all over the map. Nobody really knew model numbers. So I'm hoping to make this simpler because it is a complicated process. As you can tell, we've got LEDs in the gym now, and I'll roll the intro and you'll see it's like a disco in here. All right, see you. So we're talking about LEDs, and if you want to add these to your gym or your garage or whatever, or your house, your bedroom, you're going to go on Amazon and you're going to see like thousands of different types of LEDs, and they're all going to look the same. The model numbers aren't going to make sense. The reviews are all over the map, and the company that I went with is called GOVEE. It's a Chinese company. They have a website, and actually the website's pretty good for explaining the different types of LEDs, but I'll break it down. So what I did is I ordered a few of their different styles, and the first thing that you're going to look at is whether it's waterproof or not waterproof. And you really don't need waterproof LEDs. They have like a almost like a, so these ones here are the waterproof ones, and you can see on the package they're thicker and they have like a clear cover over the actual LED. Now, I wanted that because of the ones that we put on the floor, and I'll show you a picture of them. Often we're cleaning the floor in the gym. I just thought that with all the spray and chemicals and water, sweat or whatever, it might be a good idea to have the waterproof ones down on the floor. They're more expensive. So that's why we went with the waterproof ones, and we also added a strip of waterproof ones to the boxing area. There's a downside to the waterproof ones is that they're not as flexible for going around corners, and you'll have a hard time doing a 90-degree turn with them. So if you're trying to do anything with a corner, you'll want to stay away from these completely. However, if you're just doing a straight line like we were, they work just fine. This model here is the GOVEE H619C, and all of these LEDs are RGBIC, and there's a difference between RGB and RGBIC. The big difference is these can change colors throughout the same strand. So they have a controller on them that allows you to change segment colors. And that's why you'll see in the video that was in the intro, the colors would shift down the entire strand. With a regular strand setup of LED strips, the whole strand is one color. So it can change colors, but it remains one color as an entire strand. These, being the RBICs, can adjust segment colors. It's a newer style. I went with it because I thought it would look cooler and give you more options. Honestly, it does give you more options. How often am I going to change the segments? Probably, literally never. But for the music dance sequence, or you could put it in dance mode or whatever, it is pretty cool. It does look different. I think it is kind of neat. So these ones here, the H619Cs, are on the floor. They're also in the boxing area. I noticed that they are brighter, and probably the brightest of all of them, and probably the most condensed. These are definitely more money, but I can see why they're more money. They're also waterproof, so they're a little harder to work with. So that covers the ones that we have on the floor and also the ones in the boxing area. Now, the one, we'll go to the mirror next. So the model that's around the mirror in the gym is the H617C. And these ones were really easy to work with. It's just a tape situation that you just tape it on. Going around a corner was easy. You can kind of leave a little excess and then roll it and start your new direction. It works really well. These are bright. They work. You know, I think they're just as bright as all the other ones. About the same LED spacing as the floor model, but these are going to be a little bit cheaper. So that's the 617C. Now, around the flag is the same model as these, only it's a smaller size. So that's 32 feet in one continuous piece, and then the flag was a 16 feet in one continuous piece, and it's a H617A. So A designates the 16 feet, and C designates the 32 feet, but essentially these are the same. So that covers the mirror and flag. Now, the ones you can't see behind the dumbbell racks are this one right here, and that's the H6144. And I would say this one and the ones that are going around the mirror are very similar. There wasn't a huge difference between these two, but I wanted to try them anyway. The 6144, I would say, are maybe a little bit brighter, but again, very similar to those. And if I was to rate them from brightest to not as bright, I would say the 619Cs were the brightest, 6144 second brightest, and then the 617s being slightly less bright. But they're all going to be very similar, and if you only have one style, you'll never know the difference. One more downside, if you're going to do these LEDs and you want to go with this special multi-color style, is you cannot splice these at all. Do not believe any reviews that say you can, okay? They're wrong, because I've tried it. I went and cut a bunch of these strands, soldered them together. I know electrical, I'm trained in electrical, and I could get the lights to turn on, but you have no control over the colors. And what I suspect is that these are programmed at the factory as a unit. So the whole controller is based on a predetermined length, and when you hook up to your app, we'll talk about the app in a bit, but you cannot add to these. So you might be able to shorten them, but I wouldn't even try that. You could risk losing your whole strand. But if you think you're going to be able to add to them, you can't. If you do want to have the ability to add or use connectors, buy the regular RGB style LEDs. Don't get the IC independent color ones. Make sure that you get the regular ones, and then you can do that. So they're really easy to control. There's a 3-button controller that plugs into your adapter, and that just sticks on the wall. I'll show you a picture of that. There's an on-off switch, and then a color mode, and then a mode button on there as well. So you just turn that on and do that. The easiest way to control them is to download the GOVEE app. It's easy to do. On the back of the box, there is a QR code there. Put your camera into camera mode on your phone and click that, download the app. Once you've got the app, turn your Bluetooth on, and you can link all of your strands and control them individually, or you can group them into a group and control them as a group. And that's what I've done in the gym. I've got them all on one group, so that's easy to turn them all off and on at the same time, change the colors, etc. You can also create custom patterns, custom schemes, you can do just about anything. Honestly, the app is great. There's a lot of adjustability there. Is it way more than I need? Yeah, probably. I probably won't end up using like a 1/10 of all of those settings, but if you're wanting to create a certain mood or backlight to your TV, it's a great idea to be able to go onto the app and literally almost pick any color you want. So really well done. I will say I lost connectivity today to from 3 of the strands. I think we have 5, 6. No, we have 5 strands total. We had 6, we had 5 now, and lost connectivity to 3 strands. It has only been, it's not even been a week. It's been 3 or 4 days that we've used these and already having Bluetooth issues. I don't know about you, but some Amazon stuff, the Bluetooth connectivity is always something you're battling. And this, I hope this is not going to be one of those issues. But you know, the app is good. It's a great app, and when it works really well. So I'm going to just try to reset that, see if I can get those connected again. But I wanted to give you some honest feedback on that. You know, having some connectivity already. Anyway, that's what I wanted to cover, is just kind of go over some of the details on these LEDs. Now, to install them, there's just a backing tape. You pull that off, and then you can just press them onto the wall. Make sure your wall's clean, so go around with some Windex or something and wipe it down really well. Clean your wall, or clean wherever you're going to put them. And also unravel them so that you're not installing them with them on the reel, or have somebody hold it on the reel. It just makes it a lot easier, because if it's on the reel, they'll want to twist, and it puts a little bit too much weight on it, and if you're kind of struggling, it'll be a bit of a pain. It's easier to just unroll the whole thing, lay it out roughly in your room where you want to install it, then go up and start installing it. And so far so good. They haven't come off the wall, but again, it's only been about a week, so what can I say? Maybe I'll do an update if I have any issues. I don't think we will. They do make channels and special clips for LEDs. I looked at the channels. They do look a lot better. It's a much cleaner install. If this was in my house or in my kitchen or something, maybe I'd look at getting some channels, but for a garage gym, I think it's going to be okay. It'll look just fine. But there are other options out there. It's just going to add more cost, of course. This wraps up the LED tech video and buyer's guide to the GOVEE LEDs. Gives you some, you know, pointers, some tips on that for other, you know, garage gym or home gym owners. You guys want to do some LEDs? Here you go. Here's some info on this. I don't know it all, but try to share what I learned from doing this install with you guys. So again, we appreciate all the support, and anybody new to the channel, please subscribe. We've got tons of videos coming this year. We're hoping to do 100 videos this year and go through all the stuff we bought for our gym and keep reviewing it for you. So yeah, check us out on Instagram as well. So that's it. All right, have a good day.